All right. Let's see. We have now reached the business portion of our meeting. So 6.01, Treasury Report. Yeah, Melissa.
Just to remind me, so they are labeled differently than on our papers. So the Treasury Report is at the fund balance summary. That's what I thought. In the
You say they're labeled differently than, how are
on
they
the
labeled
agenda,
differently?
it doesn't. The paperwork will say fund balance summary, but on the actual agenda, it says Treasury Report.
I see. It's always been that way.
Yeah, no, it makes it confusing going
see. Okay.
between. That was just asking for clarification.
So item 6.04, Budget Report. Any questions? Okay. All right. Item 7, action by consent. Item 7.01, bills and claims. Christine?
Okay, so Holly and I reviewed bills and claims together this month with, we can, you want,
Is there a question?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
is there
I
a question?
just want to
Oh.
confirm. It's probably so. Did we go ahead with this, and then if we need to pull some from the consent agenda, do we do that after,
So
or should we do that now?
you should, because Christine's going to make the motion, so you can communicate which ones you want her to pull.
Okay, thank you.
First time doing the Zoom option and doing it with Tracy. And again, even seeing it every time in board docs, that participation, all the documentation, being able to go through and understand how that is done every month. I really appreciated all of the information. The color coding of some of the information was beautiful and really helpful to me and the way I think. So just wanted to say thank you for meeting with us and all that information. It was really informative.
I'm going to reiterate, and this might even be a good question if the auditor is going to be here tonight. And I know that when questions were sent, I each time have concerns. We look at the audit today. We do not use the process that does the fund, the balance, the object, which is the standard and required budgeting format. And if we don't know how the money is spent now, we can't make good financial decisions.
Melissa, can I ask you to narrow your comments just to the bills and claims? If you want to talk, we're
Well,
going to
that
talk
is,
about.
no, it is relevant to that because
I got it.
without knowing,
You brought up budget, though. So you brought up, you said you were going to talk about the fund. So yes, and we will have that comment at the next section.
And I think that's really the question, and not just look at a particular item and say, is that in and of itself going to give us all the information? Because I think that's not true. We do have to look at all of these.
Hold on.
I'm about to beat this bitch up.
Joe. Motion and second have been heard. Any discussion? Melissa?
I would just like to reiterate that the closed door minutes as they are not complete enough for people to refer back to and understand. Say a board member misses a meeting, for them to be able to go back and know what was said and what was discussed.
Melissa?
I was surprised to find this on the consent agenda. Did I miss where we discussed making this contribution as a board?
Treasury report.
Did I
budget
miss
report,
where we
that's
discussed
another,
making this contribution as a
element
board?
to how
Except for the fact that we do it every single year around this time? It's an ongoing-
Since 1995.
ongoing thing. It's part of our it's an annual thing that we do every year. So
Again, we have new board members. I would think, and I would like to see,
you've been on for 2 years, so this has happened twice in your tenure.
as you can tell, I try to make comments and I keep making them. It doesn't make a difference.
It was not your fault but mine. And it was your heart on the line. I really fucked it up this time.
But I would like to bring up that according to my understanding of the roles of the board member, it doesn't make a difference. The fact that this was committed without having board approval first, I'm seeing that trend. It's not just in this item, that the board will take actions and then come for a vote when what we've received is that this basically a bill saying, okay, $10,000. I would like us, if we're going to spend money, that we follow the rules that the board vote to, yes, we'd like to make this contribution before we actually make the contribution.
This action is we are voting on whether or not we're going to spend the money. So therefore, no, please, you're going to have recognized. Let me finish speaking, please. Can I? Thank you. This motion is if the majority of the board does not vote for that, we are not spending the money. So what you said is absolutely not true. We are voting on it right now. If the motion passes, then the money is spent. It's a recommendation from the administration. It is loaded into this for our review. We then vote on it. That is how that works.
Okay, Charles, what is the attached document for this item? Do you know what that is?
It's an invoice.
Yeah, an invoice from the
The
organization.
Naperville Development Corporation, yes.
So it's a bill invoice already.
Got it. So what I'm saying is.
So would we turn
But
around?
what I'm saying is, so you can look at me as if you don't believe what I'm saying, but it is absolutely true. If the majority do not vote for this to be approved, we will not be spending the money. This is what this is for, and this is customary, and the group understands that when they send us an invoice, that it's subject to approval, period.
Maybe this is better to clarify my position.
Girl, what the fuck is you talking
I
about?
also think that it would be in very bad form to not make a contribution publicly. To vote it down is not the way to go about it when they've already sent us an invoice. I think maybe the better way to go about this would be to have that discussion up front before we have to turn around and tell the committee. So I'm recommending that in this situation moving forward, that for new board members, for people in the community, that before we get the invoice and made the commitment, you don't get an invoice unless you've made a commitment.
Again, you keep saying that, and it is not true.
Is that not how?
No, it is not. That's not how this works. The organization understands that it is subject to approval by the board. If it is not approved by the board, it is not paid. They understand that, and that's the way it is. So you can keep saying that, oh, it's already approved, it's already been agreed to. It has not. It is subject to approval by the board, which is what we are about to do when we vote. If we vote yes, then it will be paid. If we vote no, it will not be paid. So you can look at me as if you don't believe what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is absolutely true. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I just want to
So-
say
This
I've never heard of anyone receiving an invoice from an organization when they haven't made a commitment yet. So we can agree to disagree.
Girl, shut the
I'm
fuck
saying
up.
I think the best practice is before we commit to the money to an organization.
We have not committed to the money. You keep saying
Charles,
that we
can
keep saying that we
disagree.
before we commit
you
to the
disagree.
money.
It doesn't mean I'm
We
wrong
have not.
because
No,
you don't agree.
You're saying we've committed. It's just factually not true.
I finish what I'm saying and not have you interrupt. I don't feel.
we each have
No.
to wait our turn,
You
Charles.
are continuing this conversation. I think that we need to.
Charles, I'm
A motion
entitled
and a
to
second have been
speak.
heard.
Why
But at this,
are you so? Why is this board so
okay, so
determined to not let me
you're-
speak?
No, Melissa.
not finish the conversation?
Melissa, we've had this discussion. We keep going back and forth on the same point. You have expressed your point of view. Your point of view is that we should do things differently. Understood. Noted. We are now going to vote as to whether
Charles,
or not
I
we're
would
going to approve
appreciate
the
if
dollars.
you'd let me speak my own
And-
voice and you not
and-
tell me what I think.
What?
I didn't tell you what you think.
You just
stated
literally
it.
did
I
that.
just repeated what you stated to everyone.
As you heard it.
So, okay.
But Charles, I
Can
think
somebody call the question?
if you'd listen, is what I'm saying. And I would appreciate if you let me finish my thoughts. And if you and I disagree with what an invoice is, just because you think it's differently doesn't automatically make you right. So let's have some perspective in that. I'm not absolutely
There
right.
is no-
You're not absolutely right.
The way this works with the particular organization
So
we're
you-
talking about and the understanding that they have, they would know until it is approved by the board, it is not committed.
Well, my
That is factual.
understanding
So-
as board members that before we commit the money, and that's my opinion.
We're voting on
we
it
should vote
before
on
we
it.
commit the money. That's what happens. Please call the roll, Mrs. Patton.
Kelly Black.
Abstain.
The Board of Education welcomes comments from the public at its meetings. Citizens who wish to address the Board of Education should identify themselves by name. Comments by individual shall be limited to 3 minutes.
I'm going to tell you about the time my parents tried to impregnate me with my brother.
Others? Melissa?
Hello. I had the honor of attending the Illinois Council for Exceptional Children Conference. The ICEC advocates and champions for the rights, needs, and potential of every exceptional learner. This organization stands as a beacon of excellence, collaboration, and innovation in the field of special education. I attended the conference to learn more about certain needs of special education students, at-risk students, and children with disabilities. I'm going to go over some of the programs and to highly recommend that. The next, I also attended